Okay. Hey everyone, Sean Clement here at the beautiful Royal Quebec Indoor Winter Academy facility. We had our open doors yesterday, which was an amazing success. Never stopped talking all day. Everybody was blown away by the quality of the facility. And it's just a pleasure to be here to help you guys with your games and to help our members here with their games. So without further ado, let's talk a little bit about what happened with Ricky yesterday. And it was just awesome to see him win and keep it together in those final holes. Especially, you know, he wanted to do it so badly for his family that was there, and I'm so happy that he was able to pull it off. There was, you know, really difficult conditions. You're playing in Phoenix in beautiful weather, and then you've got weather more suitable for somewhere in the UK or Scotland. So a couple of things to learn from Ricky Fowler's swing. Okay, we haven't done anything at Wisdom in Golf to look at what Ricky does, because it is a slightly different looking swing, but there are some great elements in that swing that you definitely want to look at. And one of those elements is in the way that he takes the club back. The way he takes the club back is always in relation to his target. And you'll see, I do a wonderful little video here with John Carroll, who's our teacher in Naples. Fabulous man. Was on the top 100 list of Golf Digest top teachers a while back. And teaches at Talus Park in Naples, which is an absolutely gorgeous facility. So John was having a little bit of an issue getting through. His elbow wasn't quite getting out in front of his body. And that's something that you'll see Ricky Fowler struggling with sometimes through impact. He is a lot more through the ball than you would think. And you'll see him as he swings, the slinging action is collect, release. So, but one of the things that he does super well in his backswing is he loads the football. So when we're looking at, and of course, what a Super Bowl we had yesterday, the football, when we're throwing it, the elbow always leads. As soon as the ball passes the elbow, you're delivering the juice. So the juice has to be delivered in the direction that you want the ball to go. If you're spiking the football after a touchdown, well, your throw is going to be in a very different direction than if you were delivering to one of your receivers on the field. So if I'm going that way, one of the beautiful things that Ricky does, let me put an intermediate point here, is he's always looking to see if and you see him in his little waggle move here, he's making sure that his move away from the ball matches the direction he wants the ball to go on. So have a look at my video entitled Stay With Your Shot. That's a video that's, in line with that. And then as he gets to the top of the swing, though, he's getting ready to load the football. And you'll see how that right elbow's pointing down. His elbows are very close together, very tightly knit arm unit. But the club just drifts a little bit off plane. And then in the downswing, you'll see how he comes back onto his plane and in the direction that he wants to go to the target. So another video I put out a while back, because there's so many players on tour that do have this move, very much akin to the kind of move that a baseball hitter would do when he's waiting for the pitch. He's waiting for the pitch. First thing he does, he goes up before coming back down. So Ricky's a little down, then he comes back up and then swings through the ball. So in the backswing, take away top of backswing, that elbow's in a good position instead of, as opposed to Matt Wolf, who's way across the line, and you notice how that elbow is away from the body. Now, this has a power generating move as well. So, see how on the way down, there's way more load in the system. It's like a baseball pitcher getting ready to throw, that elbow is nice and wide so that he's got plenty of room to load, and it kind of has a double whammy as far as the loading of the arm is concerned. And you notice Ricky Fowler's swing is a little bit more of a low to the body. He really has an amazing ability to sling the club. So he loads it in his own way and then slings through, and Matt Wolf prepares to load in the downswing, where Ricky's a little bit more loading in the backswing. See how cool that is? Bottom line is on the way through, they're both collecting here and releasing there in the direction that they want the ball to go. So that little video I did with John Carroll to tie this in, we're talking about, and one of my favorite tools here, let me get my ball on a string before I forget, and you'll see me using this ball on a string with John, and you see how in order for me to deliver, see how the elbow's got a lead? It leads on the way back, and then it leads on the way through. So there's a wonderful slinging action that's involved in delivering your shots. So if we do the same thing with the club, wonderful exercise that you can do here. See how I'm getting my snap there. I'm going out to the target, not at the ball. We don't want this at the ball. Some of you may recognize that in your swings right now. So the last thing we want to do is whip the ball on a string toward the golf ball. We want to collect the ball here and release the sling in the direction of the target. So you'll see me doing this wonderful deal with John Carroll here, and you'll see the difference between his first wedge shot, where it was pulled to the left, and his second wedge shot, which was slung nice and straight on line, and you can really see how much more through the ball he was with his second wedge shot. So enjoy that, and I put a few of Ricky's snapshots from down the line, and you'll see exactly what I mean by loading that football and how he's delivering in the direction he wants that ball to go. You'll see the ball is really moving in the way he wanted it to. He's hitting a shot at the Scottish Open where he's using the wind to drift it back to that flagstick. Enjoy that. We'll see you next week. So, hey everyone, Sean Clement here, Wisdom in Golf, and I am with my wonderful host, Mr. John Carroll, right here in Naples. We're at the Alico Family Golf Center, and I'm spending some time with John this morning and a couple of other students, and I got a fantastic analogy and drill that's going to really help you with those of you who have, because John is lead hand dominant, his dominant side is his left side. So we're going to be looking at how you're going to improve your motion with your trail side. And you are a little ambidextrous, aren't you?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Little bit.
So show me a couple of shots. Awesome. Great rhythm. So John's just warming up, hitting a couple of sand wedges right now. And so I'm looking at your trail elbow. All right, because you have a tendency to move it in a way that is not allowing you to benefit fully from that kinetic chain, right? So just to get a better feel for that, and you're going to see me do this in the future. You'll see, go have a look at a couple of videos online on YouTube on the shepherd's sling, right? So imagine this as a shepherd's sling, and I'm just going to twirl this. So notice as I'm twirling this ball on a string, if I wanted to move it farther and throw it farther, notice how the elbow on the way around is leading, right? So this elbow, and then I want to release it out there. So pretend you're going to be taking this with your right hand. Pretend you're twirling it out into the range there, over the head. Yes. What's that elbow doing? You feel where that right elbow is there?
I don't want to think too much about it now.
Exactly, exactly. But you can sense that you have a kinetic chain there, right? Exactly. So now, if we take the club, hold it in that right hand, and do the same thing. So pretend you're going to be yes. There it is. Well done, sir. Awesome.
Yeah, I can feel that.
I love this guy. So can you feel how it's really leading in there?
Right.
So now do it back and through without twirling it over your head and get the same. There it is. Hello. Awesome. Can you feel that now?
Yeah.
Now put both hands on the club. Now, would you say that you're feeling the release a little bit deeper out here?
Yes. Definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So there's a fantastic way to develop that feel. Twirl something over your head. I'm going to be drilling some holes in some golf balls, okay, and putting some paracord in there now that I have our new facility at the Royal Quebec Golf Club. So we're going to be taking these golf balls on a sling, and then we're going to be slinging them into the net. And then we'll do the same thing, what you just did there, and you can really feel how you were leading with that elbow. Then perform it with one arm doing the same thing, and then put both hands on and get the same feel with both hands on. Okay. So then you do a couple of rehearsals. So what I would do now is you perform that swing above the ball, okay? Pretend you're going to sling it out there. There you go. So where'd you feel that release? There. Much deeper out there? Yeah. Perfect. Now bring it down to the grass and make your prediction. Exactly. Yeah. So you predict that when you perform that slinging action out there, that your setup with the ball will allow the ball to be in the way of that sling.
Okay.
That's going to get you that extra 5 yards.
Now my question,
yep,
to you is, am I wide enough? Because when I do that, I don't feel...
Well, now, that was a really good question. So John is asking, am I wide enough? You have to be wide enough for the elbow to lead. Because if you're not wide enough, you'll be jammed over here.
Okay.
So when you perform the task with the elbow, see that? When you do that elbow in front, see how I'm leading?
Yeah. And
then you do the same thing, absolutely you're wide enough. But you feel that it's more abandoned.
Well, I feel I was trying before.
Yes.
To get wider this way, which led me away from
exactly
that.
So John was trying to get wider this way by hanging on to it too long. So there is such a thing as hanging on too long. So you hang on too long, there's too much strain in attempting to get that width. And I see that a lot with many of our students. They're trying to get as wide as they can, but at the expense of this slinging action.
Okay.
Okay? Yes. Yeah. So what you're looking for is the G-forces. You're reacting to the G-forces of that ball on a string, and then you're getting ready to release it out there. You'll feel that big time. Yeah, and you'll see that in those videos. There's what's the guy's name again? Primitive technology, right? That's the video you want to go see. And you see the guy just whipping that shepherd sling, and he's pinging off these clay jars that he's got at a distance. It's just phenomenal. You can hear the sound of that thing. It's quite the slinging action. And that's the slinging action that we all want to aspire to when we're performing a golf swing. Right. So you perform that, you perform it. See, you can really feel the weight of the club releasing you.
Much more. Yeah.
Exactly.
Much more.
And you can, and the key is to feel how, oh yeah, you become aware that elbow is really leading there. And then you take that and you plug it into your one arm swing. Look how wide that is. I can't do it from here. Yeah. I'm jammed. So you feel it there, and then when you put both hands on it, you feel it there. All of a sudden you got the width. But you're not sacrificing the sling.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Good.
Total sense.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and we're going to be talking to Michael next. All the best.